Hi, today I would like to show you how to set your gradebook up on PowerTeacher. Once you log into your PowerTeacher and you launch your gradebook, this is the screen that you will see. I will see my two classes that I teach at the top on the left, and I'm going to double check and make sure that I'm looking at the correct year. And since this is August 25th, 2012, I also want to make sure that I am on quarter 1. There are 4 quarters in a year. Quarter 1 and 2 are in the first semester, and quarter 3 and 4 are in the second semester. So right now we're going to set up quarter 1 grades for my first block class. Before I begin setting up the grades, I want to make sure that I have all of my categories listed here on the left, and these categories are going to be used for any course that you teach throughout the semester. Not all of these categories will be used possibly in one class, but they will eventually be used sometime within the semester for whichever class you teach. So this is basically the little library area where you will store your categories. Right now, I am going to just, even though I don't need it, I'm going to add a category just to show you how. And I'm going to click on the plus button, and a window shows up, and I am going to add a sample category, and I'm going to call it sample, and I am going to label it orange. I am going to make the default for this 100 points. I am not going to have any extra points for this category, and I want to make sure that I include it in final grade. I want to make sure that's checked, and I want to make sure that published scores is checked. And I'm going to hit OK, and if you notice that it added sample right here in my categories. So now I'm going to set up my grades for my first block advanced math class. And then once I set up my grades for Q1, I use the same grade setup for Q2, Q3, and Q4, and I also use the same grade setup for second block. So once I show you how to set up this Q1, then I'm going to also show you how to copy that into the other quarters for this semester. So I'm going to hit Gradebook Setup, or Grade Setup, sorry, and I only want to focus on Q1 and Q2. So I'm going to click on Q1. All of these other, the F and the E and the S, don't pay any attention to that. So when I click on Q1 or double click on Q1, this screen pops up. I want to put in my category weights, so I click category weights and then add category. At this time, I will click on the categories that show up that I want to use for my first block advanced math class. So I'm going to click all the ones that I want to use and hit OK. And these are the only categories that I'm using for first block. Then I'm going to type in my weights, and I double click on the column for weight, and my exam has to be 20%, and then since I have 8 other categories, they have to be evenly weighed, so each category will be 10%. And so now that my categories are set up, I'm going to hit save, and now I want to copy this setup into my Q2 folder. So I want to copy Q1 into, I'm going to hit OK, into Q2, and then I hit next and finish. And now my Q2 folder is set up exactly the same way. And now I want to copy this entire first block class into my second block class. So I'm going to copy entire class, hit OK, into second block, hit next, hit finish, and I'm done. So that was all of the process to set up my gradebook. Now if I want to actually add scores, I hit score sheet, and I will see the actual gradebook show up. And when I see the gradebook show up, there are 2 different ways that I can add individual assignments that are going to be assigned into each category. I can either click the plus sign here, and this window will come up where I can add my new assignment, or I can go to the assignment tab and click the plus sign down here. Regardless, you'll see the same screen. So my first assignment is going to be a homework assignment labeled Section 1.1 Homework. All of my homework assignments are 100%, so I'm going to label it into the homework category at 100%, and I'm going to put my due date on August 13th. I'm going to include that in my final grade, and I'm going to make a description here, solving linear equations. And I'm going to save it. Once I save it, you'll see that it shows up here, but I prefer the score sheet version of this and the score sheet visual, so it shows me the column where my assignment has been created. If I want to create this same exact assignment in any other classes that I'm teaching, then when I'm on this assignment, I'm going to right click and I'm going to go to copy assignments, and I want to copy section 1.1 homework assignment into my first block class, and I hit OK, and now when I go to my first block class, I have the same exact assignment. So it's very easy to copy assignments over to other classes. Also, I want to make sure that you do not see, I'm going to double click on the assignment. I want to make sure that you do not see this little exclamation point. If you do, then that means that the assignment is not visual by parents and students and on Blackboard. So if that's the case, you don't want that to happen. So in your assignment, when you created it, if you double click on assignment, on the assignment, and you hit publish and you click the publish scores box and you save it, that exclamation point will go away. And so students can see the scores now. One last thing, if you want to fill scores, if everybody has the same score and you don't want to have to type it over and over, you can fill the whole column with the same score, and you go into the score and you type in whatever you want everyone's score to be. And I got to this by right clicking and hitting fill scores, and you will see there that I clicked on it and I was able to fill all of my scores. Even if not everyone gets the same score, I can always go in and I can change someone else's score really fast. And it's just an easy way to keep up with your grades and not have to type everything so fast. So this is the way we set up our gradebook, and I hope you enjoyed, and thanks for watching.